Hi there, this is Rosanna and I'm one of the Dryland Birthlight tutors, and I wanted to let you know a little about the Birthlight conference that took place last Saturday, which was again an astounding conference. Every year it is, and I just wish that more Birthlight teachers were going along and getting their download for the year, because that's what it's really about. This year was about maternal images and maternal representations and how they actually affect us, both in the way we're perceived and how we perceived ourselves, and then how that affects our mothering, and whether how we are supported in pregnancy has some idea, well, it will show the outcomes then of a prenatal, postnatal bond, and then how the baby will then move into adolescence. And by that I mean the more well supported a woman is, both physically, emotionally, mentally, then the more she's going to be able to bond with her baby, and her baby is going to thrive and then lead into an adolescent behaviour pattern that is not too extreme. And there was a lot of research that was shown there. Also looking at the media and how women are represented in the media, quite shocking. Claire Huxtable was the only mother we could come out with that seemed like a balanced mother, and how far back is that? If you remember Claire Huxtable, we're going back 20 years. Marge Simpson came out on top as well, but everyone else, the two extremes of the strung out perfect mother trying to do everything and putting her kids first before everything else, and then the mother who is negligent and more consumed with her own life than her children's. And that seems to be across the continent, that this is how mothers are represented, and birth too. The whole thing was beautiful. There was a lot of imagery. There was discussion around how the moon has affected our cycle and how we have evolved from a no-sex policy, a no-sex strike, I think it was, in the sense that women were all menstruating at the same time and conceiving at the same time, and if they were refraining from having sex at certain points in the month, that this was an encouragement towards men to go out to hunt and then to have the reward of intimacy. And this is how we've evolved, but also moving towards the idea that we've evolved from a matriarchal ancestral lineage as opposed to a patriarchal one. So it was the men that travelled, the women stayed at home and looked after the tribe. I was really left with the overall impression that women are getting a really tough deal when it comes to how they are perceived and how they perceive themselves, and how important it is that as we embark on our mothering journey, that we actually embark first of all on a journey of connecting with ourselves, which yoga is the ultimate platform for, and also using the opportunity of preparing for conception and pregnancy to be able to bond with our inner world and with our babies, and to build the idea of emotional intelligence through the bond and through the connection and through the awareness that the baby, it has an inter and an intra connection with the mother's body. So it's both external influences and internal influences that shape the baby and the baby's brain and the baby's nervous system, and the connection between the heart and the digestive system. And it was all just so fascinating. All of the speakers were excellent. We came away with a lot of information, and I'm really, really grateful to Francoise and to everybody who spoke at the conference for putting it on, and all of the Birthlight team, because it is an exceptional time when we spend together and learn from each other. The final note I'd like to say really is that we've learned through the presentations of the day that the most important way of babies being able to connect with their mothers is to be able to form lots of secure attachments, so multiple attachments. And so that speaks out as well about how important it is that the mother has a support network, which is something we offer through Birthlight, and the connections that they make, and also that the father is supported. So everything there was pointing towards how wonderful the work is that we do with Birthlight, and how important the work that we do is passed on to more teachers, and also to more women and babies and fathers and women and fathers to be. So I'll leave it there, but I highly recommend you check out the list of speakers and look at the work that they're doing, because it really was phenomenal. Thank you.